This is Michael Scott, representing Nos110, doing a presentation on Windows 7 features. I'm doing it on DirectX 11, Multi-Touch Paint, and the Magic folder. DirectX 11 is behind all of the gaming you see today on Windows and on the Xbox. Now, DirectX 11 makes the game seem more lifelike. It's designed to be more efficient, and the power of today's multi-core processors provides support for sophisticated shading and texturing, such as tessellation. Definition of tessellation. A tessellation is created when a polygon is repeated and does not cover any other plane. Now, the polygons, some people say it's a polygon, some say it's a triangle. I'm going with polygons. But, for example, if you played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with Cyclops and you see that, the character, he looks a little blocky and everything. I mean, with tessellation, and they keep on, when they add more polygons, you get deeper and deeper and more depth of a character, considering his characteristics and his flaws. Now, multi-threading allows. Now, let's talk about multi-threading. Multi-threading allows DirectX to be processed via multiple CPU, meaning that you have dual, triple, or quad cores that can have a higher utilization across all cores than the DirectX in the past. Another thing is direct computing. That's a feature which allows access to shader cores, pipelining for stream computing. Now, let's talk about paint. Paint is fun. Paint is something you can do in your own downtime. I do paint in my own downtime. But paint can be a little boring. I'm gonna say paint was not one of my best choices. But paint is a little boring. So let's talk about the multi-touch paint for Windows 7. I mean, you have the new digital brushes, you have the colors, you have the color boxes. I mean, anything can really go. I mean, you can even turn it into a hobby if you wanted to. I mean, also you have apps for it that'll greatly increase your chances of liking paint, multi-touch paint. I mean, you have great apps like Corel, Painter 12, Sketchpad, everything that has to do with the touch. And on that note, I think multi-touch paint, with all those apps that they're making for Windows 7, it gives you a much better chance of either liking it or doing something with it that can really just turn things around for you if you really got bored with paint. Because in the past, paint, I couldn't do anything. I really didn't like paint too much. It was more of a, oh, you draw this, you draw that, and you really have to take your time to draw something. And when I say take your time, you have to take your time. So on that note, we are going to go to the last stage, which is the Magic folder. Now, with this, I'd say Magic folder would be a godsend for me personally, because I love messing with files, put files everywhere. I wouldn't say I put it, on my desktop, but I'd still say it would be a godsend for me anyhow, because it cleans up your desktop, it sorts your files, it's a sidebar gadget. You can personalize the folder, you can change it from the Magic-y folder type thing that's on there. And I'm going to say Magic type-y thingy, because when you think about that, I mean, like, it kind of creeps you out maybe the first time, but like after you change and you get to change the folder colors and everything, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine, because you get to customize it. I mean, you can edit the pathways also. for a file. Like say you want your JPEGs in a JPEG folder, it's gonna go there. I mean, you want any kind of extension, basically, you can just put it in there and it'll go there. I mean, it's making the decisions for you, but you're already telling it what to do, basically. You can also add additional folders. And on that end, that's basically it. That's all you really need to know about the magic folder. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu.